Let's go. See, I need this to get me going.
My top, Tampa Bay, let's roll. It's game day.
It is game day. The United States men's national team.
Bolts in the sky, bucks on the goal.
I'm excited.
Bulls ride or die. From the tailgate,
I'm excited for soccer, football, and I'm excited to watch Junior Caminero.
It's the JP Peterson Show.
Let's go, kids. Hey, listen, that thing sets the tone. As cheesy and as bad as it is, Timmy, it sets the tone. So let's freaking go. How are you, kids? It's a hump day.
Sent a bad message is what it sends.
It's a hump day, baby, and we are ready to roll here. We got lots to get to today. You know, it may be a dead calendar for some of you, but not for the folks here, not for the Petermans. We got lots to talk about today across all the Tampa Bay sports, the national sports, all that good stuff. And Timmy is here to help me out, and along with you, great Petermans who are going to comment through our Facebook pages, through our YouTube pages, through our Twitter, our X, wherever you guys want to do it. And let's get it rolling. How are you, Timmy?
Hanging in there.
You ain't as good as Junior Caminero. That's that. I got that.
Not having the week that he's having, am I?
Jiminy Christmas.
Nobody
this
is.
Guy's on fire and fuego. So we will talk all things Junior Caminero. Big O's going to join us for the last half hour. We're really going to dig into that. Is Johnny coming on today? Because we would have to.
He's traveling.
He is traveling. Okay. Yeah. He said like the Travelers last week. How about that finish? We didn't talk enough about that.
Yeah.
That finish at the Travelers. That was kind of cool.
Screw Scotty.
Screw Scotty Scheffler. Yeah. You imagine he's got to stay overnight. That's
Scotty Scheffler.
Totally F up their schedules. I feel so bad. You know, you got to call the jet pilot,
jet
chauffeur, and everybody. And it's, oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you what made that win
horrible
for Victor Hovland so massively incredible. It's not necessarily that he beat Scotty. You know, Scotty makes the birdie on 18, final hole of the tournament to hit the tie to set up the playoff. Because of the weather delay on Sunday, they had to wait until Monday for the playoff. Yeah. So Victor Hovland had to sleep all night long knowing Scotty birdied 18 to catch him, knowing Scotty's red hot, sleeping on the fact that I'm about to go into a playoff with the world number one who's on fire this year. I know he's got just one win, but he's got like 20 top tens. He had like 9 top fives, including like the last 2 or 3 tournaments.
He's in it every week.
He's on fire.
Putts dropping. Right.
And Victor Hovland had to sleep on that.
Yeah.
And overnight, show up, collect his nerves, and then Scotty's the one that misses a 3-foot putt.
Yeah. You know what, though? Having, limited access to Victor Hovland through his win here, we get to talk to him a little bit and, get to know him, watch him. I watch him play down the stretch, and that dude doesn't flinch. No. I don't think he really cares about any of that shit you just talked about.
Yeah.
I think he just gets up in the morning, has an Egg McMuffin, and, just goes on out there and just sticks every iron shot that he looks at. He's a freaking machine. I could see Hovland, to me, I don't want to say he doesn't take it seriously because, I think his demeanor is very helpful, but he's kind of flippant about the whole thing. Like when he won here at Valspar, he's like, yeah, my game was in the dumper. And he had missed, I think, 4 cuts before he won at the Valspar.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I have no idea where it's going. And then he hits 4 of the greatest iron shots I've seen coming in through the snake pit and brings it home. And the guy just seems to be oblivious to pressure.
Yeah.
And even on 18 the other day, he just steps right up and just sticks it. He's good player.
It's funny because he's a guy that's constantly tweaking and messing with his game. Like he's never just happy with his swing or with his equipment. He is always messing with stuff.
I'm a big fan. I really like Victor Hovland. Yeah. And the whole Norway thing was a special.
Was great. The flags everywhere. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I really, I know we're going to get off because we do that here. We just get off kilter and start talking about shit. But this World Cup thing has me so captivated And it's not, I was thinking about this last night. It's not just about the sport. It's about a reawakening of our love for sports, to be quite honest. These other fan bases have come in and almost collegiately, shown us their unbelievable traditions and wonder. We do this in college football. That's why college football is the best sport. The traditions that we have are very similar to the national traditions that have gone viral on so many levels. The Darton Army, the Norway Row, all the different things that these different fan bases do. And of course, their unbridled just love for American shit and the fact that they've totally, the world is shit on America because all they see is BBC and CNN around the world and think this place is on fire. And then they come in and they're like, wow, this place is amazing. You get free refills with ice. What the fuck? What? Yeah. You serve barbecued ribs that are bigger than my head? Yep, that's what we do in Texas. Yes, we do. And it's all the shit we take for granted, Timmy.
But we live it every day. Yeah. We just see it every day. It's no big deal to us.
Yeah. Yeah. But it should, and when people listen, I don't want to get into a long diatribe about this, but I do, there is this whole disconnect between, my generation, the boomer generations, and the generations that have come after it, and how easy it was for us. Not true. Right. But how hard it is for them, true. They're dealing with a lot of shit, and I don't deny that. But I do think in some ways they're missing the opportunity. There's still a shit ton of opportunity in this country to be able to live your dreams and do what you want to do. And that's not the case around the world. It's just not. And that's why when people come here, they're just like, oh my God, no wonder everybody wants to live here. Yeah. Even though we have lots of issues, and there are people that are trying to tear up this American culture that we have, through 250 years of struggle with that. We have, far from perfect. That's for damn sure. But I think we've, for the most part, gotten it right. We've made a lot of mistakes, but we've gotten a lot of it right. And we're on the precipice now of fighting for this way of life. It's either you want to go and be a democratic socialist country, which is what a lot of these young folks have been indoctrinated in over the past 20, 30 years in our schools, that believe socialism and communism is a good thing and that you could, quote, share the wealth. It doesn't work that way. Ideologically, I get it. It sounds good. Humans don't work that way. If they don't have to work or they're not incentivized, they will sit on their ass and collect checks. That's just the way it works. I'd like it to be otherwise, that the utopian society does not exist. Humans have to be incentivized, and that's what capitalism has proven. Has capitalism gone awry in many ways? Yes, it has. We got to rein it in, no question about it. But that's what this Constitution is supposed to be able to do, be malleable. And when times change and things change, that we can change with them, tweaking it, not throwing it out the window like many folks want to do right now. So but this, I think this sports again has kind of opened our eyes to a lot of things that are going on culturally, and it can always serve as, a great inspiration and a roadmap to how to get things done. And I think what this World Cup has showed us, that we've lost a lot of gratitude for our way of life and our freedoms, and we need to get that back. And we need to understand why we got them, how we got them, and how to protect them. Because a lot of shit's gone wrong in Europe and all over the world. And we can't get to that level. We're close. But if there's one thing that this is, and by the way, this is not right or left, it's way more center than anything. We got to get back to the center and stop dealing in the fringe, because that's where 80% of the people are. Yeah. Most of us want the same things. We differ on the way to get them, but we have now almost totally abdicated all political discourse, respectful discourse, for violence and disrespect. Every time I turn on a Senate hearing where we need to get some information, all it is people grandstanding on both sides, yelling and screaming, being disrespectful to each other. It's an embarrassment. That's not the way these hearings are supposed to go. But now it's just all the freaking doors have been ripped off and anything goes. And it's disgusting on both sides. So I don't know how we fix it. But I know this. We don't rip up the Constitution. That's not the way to do it. We got to work within the frame and get some honesty and integrity, morality back in it, and stop with all this Machiavellian bullshit, because that's not the way to get it done. And there are a lot of factors that go into it and a lot of outside forces that are trying to destroy our way of life here. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen.
Everybody wants to go scorched earth one way or the other.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And the ends justify the means. No, they don't.
It's ridiculous.
No, they don't. All right, back to Junior Caminero. Back to things that really fucking matter, Timmy. Hitting baseballs out of the yard. That's what really matters. I say that tongue in cheek because sports is such a great escape to our everyday lives. And watching Junior Caminero play baseball right now is just as good as it gets for me. You know, Junior, the numbers are out there. 8 home runs, 7 games, never been done by the Rays, anybody from the Rays. And not since 1901 has someone 22 years old done it. This guy is rewriting the 22-year-old record book.
When was it? 1901, you said?
1901.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you were friends with the guy that did that.
Yeah.
Whoever it was. But this guy is like now getting on lists that only, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. I mean, these are the names of the list that this guy is joining. And now the 3 letters need to be enunciated: MVP. Now, his RBIs are not where they should be because his runners in scoring position, and Big O will opine on this, is not where it needs to be or will be. He's going to regress to the mean for that because he is not, for the amount of hits that he has, he's almost approaching 300 now. For the amount of hit, he's taking his walks. He's doing it. The only hole, a chink in the armor is the runners in scoring position, and that's going to come. That's going to come. And that comes with a little bit of seasoning and age. That's why I've said this yesterday, is incredible as this heater is. And it's incredible. He's got room for improvement. He's got a lot of room in the RBI category to improve, which, as Orestes says, is the number 1 stat, runners in scoring position. The WRC plus is another big one. And he's killing it, but he can get better. He's still seeing the fewest strikes in baseball. And he's on a run like this. Timmy, that's otherworldly. Yeah. Those two numbers don't connect. So that means when he does see a strike, he's just crushing it. I think there was a quote in Topper's story today from Fortes. This is from Cash. Says, I don't know if I can put it in perspective. He's seeing the ball well, and when he gets a pitch to hit, he's doing a lot of damage with it. Picked us up in a big way with a 3-run homer to put us back with the lead. Special player, and it's really impressive. Fortes tried to explain it. He said he's locked in. His locked in is a lot different than most people's locked in. He gets a pitch, and he's just not missing it. It's just one of those things to where I've never experienced that, so it's hard for me to explain it. But visually, it's just he's getting a good pitch to hit, and he's absolutely demolishing it. So that's all I can say. And Junior himself said, I go to home plate now. I feel very comfortable the last 2 weeks. Just keep it going. Now, there is a tweak that happened, and I did notice this the other day. I'm like, wow, that's a new stance for Junior. And he has opened up his stance. We have a numerical value on this, Timmy, in case you didn't know. Somebody put a numerical value on it. He was 17% open. He's now 22% open. It's kind of like a 7-Eleven. I don't know. So now, but to me, it's more dramatic than that. I think it's way more dramatic than just 5 degrees, but whatever it is, it's dramatic. And what it allows him to do is elevate a little bit more because he's not as closed and his swing was flatter. So it allows him to elevate a little bit more. And I think it allows him to see the pitches better. I mean, Wade Boggs has talked about, a lot of the great hitters will talk about this. When you when you go from looking, like this at the pitcher to this.
One eye versus two eyes, really.
Right. You really get a depth perception, and you can see that in the way he's hitting. That makes a huge difference because you could pick up the spin on the ball, and that really determines whether you're going to swing or you're not going to swing, is how that ball is spinning. And, different pitches spin different ways. And the great hitters, the Ted Williams of the world, used to talk about he could see the different types of spin. He also had, X-ray vision too. And the great ones have the great vision because they can pick up the spin. They can pick up the arm angle. They can pick up, and know the difference between a split finger, a fastball, four-seamer. And that, that's something that has to just become instinctual. And for Junior, that's, he's so far from his prime. And that's what's so exciting about this. And I want to read something else that Ryan Bass tweeted, our sideline guy. And I did not know this. And I think it's going to be a huge story. He said, you see the home runs. You see he's the first player out of the dugout to celebrate with his teammates. What you don't often see is Junior Caminero spends time in between innings when we're in the breaks handing out baseballs to little kids in the stands. He points, waits until they get delivered, and then waves. The smiles he puts on their faces is priceless. Not only is Junior super talented, but he's also one of the kindest humans in the game. You know that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, how would you? I mean, unless you're there, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're there every night. That's incredible. For a kid of his age, and I do say kid at 22, for a kid of his age to get that perspective, I mean, everybody in the world, in the Latin world, is just like, he's the superstar. He's one of the biggest stars in the world now. And for him to be so grounded that he understands this is important is amazing. And for a franchise like the Rays, to have your superstar player in that mindset of fan appreciation, we say, all the organizations, it's all about the fans, and the players, it's all about the fans. Very few of them actually back that up with any action whatsoever. Organizations and players, very few. They'll talk the talk, but they won't walk the walk. What I see this Rays ownership group doing and what Junior's doing, that's special. That's really, really special. The Trop is alive more than it has ever been. And we haven't even really hit to, wait till freaking August, September, and October, because we're going to see games in October. We got the Longo celebration coming up. This week? No, next week. The Longo celebration coming up next week. There's some hints that they might be open in the upper deck. I don't know, but everything this ownership group is doing, I just love it. And, it gets me pissed off when people talk shit about them. And once again, no, I'm not being paid. No, sorry. This is, these are the type. I was watching a video of the next deck, which is the all-inclusive 49. They dropped the price to 39 for certain. $49. You can just walk up and grab a hot dog, refill your soda, burgers, popcorn, beer. The beer snakes are legendary already. They've totally cleaned it up. It's repainted. It looks fantastic. It's a nice view of the game for $49 an all-inclusive area like that. You got to be freaking kidding me.
That sounds amazing.
Nobody's doing that. They got family packs. They're constantly marketing to opportunities that they see. The tarps off section. They're doing a fantastic job of marketing this team. And now you have marketable players. Now, the next step is keeping them. And I know there's still skeptics out there that are like, oh, we're not going to re-sign Junior. We're not going to sign Junior to win the long. Listen, if they ever trade Junior Caminero, I shouldn't say ever. We never know what's going to go on with people. I mean, Steve Wonderfranco. But that'll never happen with Junior. And that's the point of this whole story. He's a different cat. He's a totally different cat on the field and off the field. And this is a franchise dream to have a player like this who respects the fans and goes out of his way to do this with the fan, because that builds the fan base. And if you trade a guy like that, Sternberg would trade a guy like this. He would see no value in Junior Caminero other than to make him money in the short term. But when it actually came time to pay the guy, he'd ship him out, giving a rat's ass about what the fans care about, or it's all short term. It was all short term with him. These guys are different. And this will be a good time for me to mention that the story dropped yesterday that the Rays are now actively picking out their contractor for the stadium build. Okay, so they're getting permits pulled, contractors being hired, $50 million allocated from the state budget. These are all tremendous signs of progress that things are happening. But what do we get in the Tampa Bay Times? Another column from John Romano about how the Rays are leaving town. Our hometown columnist once again stepping up with the article that everybody wants to read. Where are the Rays going when the deal in Tampa falls?
Clickbait.
Yeah. And did we mention that these stories were going to start coming out on Monday? Did we not just predict it? Here come the stories about Raleigh-Durham. Here come the stories about Nashville, Orlando, all the things that we've told you for weeks, months. Yes, there are 10 other cities out there absolutely praying to their fiscal gods that Tampa screws this up. And they have also all implemented well-funded opposition social media campaigns to drive this deal into the ground, in my opinion. I don't have any concrete proof of that, but it's my opinion. And I think it stretches to the media as well. There's no question about that. And it's all clickbait, and it is what it is. But these are all outward signs that this thing is getting done. But yet nobody wants to put that spin on it. What we're going to write about is the cities where this is going to go when it fails, which is interesting because Romano has dogged this deal of how terrible it is for Tampa and what an absolute waste of taxpayer money, blah, 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 blah. But yet he writes how 10 other cities, or in this case, I think 4 or 5 other cities, can't wait to get a similar deal for themselves. Well, that seems like a little bit of a contradiction, doesn't it? Sucks for Tampa. Be terrible for you. Should never pass. Won't pass. But these other cities, the Rays, they want the Rays. Yeah, the North Carolina legislature is going to allocate $1.7 billion to build a stadium. Yeah, that's a great idea. Look at them. Look what they're doing. Oh, Tampa? Oh, terrible idea. Terrible idea. Oh, my God. How could you possibly think moving a college? How could you possibly do that? Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, all these signs, very positive signs that the deal's getting done, gets very little play in the media. Very little play. But if you think the Rays would be picking contractors if they weren't super confident they have the votes to get this done? No, they wouldn't be. You think the state would be allocating this money if they weren't very confident that this deal is going to get done? No, they wouldn't be. So, yeah, that's why, and everybody, when I put this stuff on Twitter last night, everybody's like, oh, you're the only person that's, I'm like, where am I wrong factually? I can pick out all the, I could debunk anything in these other negative stories. I could debunk it all. And I'm speaking facts. So where am I wrong that everybody else is right just because it's louder? I just pay attention to the facts and the people that are actually in the negotiations and what they're talking about. And I see these things, from North Carolina, and it's fine. And I hope Raleigh-Durham gets a team. Like I said, 3 decades ago, I was working in North Carolina trying to get a team for North Carolina. I think it would be great for baseball. I think Raleigh-Durham would be a great spot for it, to be quite honest. I think they should get an expansion team. If I were baseball, I would expand to North Carolina.
What happens to the Bulls if a team shows up in Raleigh-Durham?
No, they move. It's minor league baseball.
Can't have the Bulls not in Durham, though. I mean,
yeah, you actually can.
No.
In fact, your major league team might be called the Bulls.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then Bull Durham.
Why would you not tap into that history if you were Raleigh Durham? Now, I guess because you're Raleigh, you don't want Durham Bulls.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you do that. The Raleigh Durham Bulls. No, that works for me. RDU Bulls.
Well, they'll be the Carolina. They're going to call the team Carolina. They'll tap into that. So just like the football team did and the hockey team.
Yeah. So but anyway, let's get back to. We've gotten off on our stadium tangent, but we had to do that today at some point. But what Junior's doing, and by the way, Griffin Jacks in his last 5 starts, a 1.23 ERA, a WHIP of 1.02. I mean, he has been absolutely phenomenal. And even in even went into the 6th inning, and now we're getting guys stretched out. So it's so funny during the June swoon earlier. It was like, oh, there goes the pitching. Even Nick Martinez is going back to, regressing to the mean. Shane's hurt. He pitches today, which is a big outing. Now, this is a big deal. If Shane can come back and just after a week's rest and regain what he had early in the season, well, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Because I did get a sense, and I think that's obviously why the Rays did it, that he was just wearing down. And you would go, well, it's still early in the season. We're halfway through. And he hadn't pitched in 2.5 years. It's actually pretty natural that he probably needs maybe a couple weeks off. So I'll be very interested to see if he's got the snap back to his curveball. See how lively his arm is tonight. That'll be interesting to see. But the way this team is playing now, I mean, the Yankees are in complete free fall. As I mentioned, a franchise low 16 hits in 4 games. Judge and Stanton are hurt. They've lost 6 in a row now, 5 or 6 in a row, while the Rays have won 6 in a row. So that's totally flipped the standings. And we said this when the Rays went into the June swoon, and we're like, oh, here it's just going to be just like last year. It's like, no, this is a totally different situation. Last year, they spent, the entire summer on the road and had 3 games in 30 at home, and that was against the Dodgers. Thank you very much. And that even felt like a road trip because you were only home for 3 days.
Yeah.
So the schedule, they're playing outside. They were getting drained. They were getting their brains beat in, and there was just no relief. And now they're back at the Trop, climate controlled. The field, the stadium itself obviously plays to their strengths, and it's a totally different ball game. And that's why we said, nah, I don't think this is it's certainly not like last year. The circumstances are completely different. I don't expect this to be a prolonged slump. Every team slumps, but this should not be a prolonged slump. And they've come out of it, and Junior has led the way. Now, without him, I don't know what we would do. And still, I think it's, as much as I say that, it's still a very fragile existence because they have no depth. I mean, just losing even one of the trio would be catastrophic, just because the way the lineup works right now. So you need those guys, all 3 of them, to stay healthy, and that's hard to do over a full season. Not having any depth will expose you at some point, and the Rays will have that. Now, how do you combat that? Well, you hopefully get some guys healthy. Fraley is on the way. What difference that makes, we'll see. Didn't seem like it made much difference early on, but it was a very small sample. There's going to be some type of trade. There's just too much smoke out there. Joe Adell's name's out there. There's a lot of outfielders that are out there. I would be shocked if the Rays did not add a power hitting outfielder. It's such an obvious need. It was an obvious need in the offseason. Perhaps Neander said, well, let's just see what we got in Fraley and the rest of these guys, see how we put it together. And then at the deadline, we'll make the move. That's fine. Time to make the move. It's still a humongous need for this team. But if you can get just one of those big bats to join the tremendous trio, I mean, this is a team that could really, really start popping off 5-6 run average per game with Diaz, Miranda, and I mean, they're leading I think they're leading or second in the league in RBIs, just the 3 of them, and with a lot of poo shiesty around them. No disrespect, just in terms of offensive ability.
Well, look, when you're talking about offensive ability, and Caminero is obviously the headline here with 8 home runs in 7 games, something ridiculous, total overall. And look, I haven't watched every single game during this insane nuclear stretch, but I did notice they appear to be having a little more patience at the plate. Didn't they only have 2 strikeouts against the Royals and like 11
the other
walks?
night they had no strikeouts. Yeah.
So I mean, the dingers are obviously the headline here, and that's what gets clicks. But the patience at the plate is what is allowing that, I think, for a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
So
don't
overlook
Junior.
that.
Especially Junior. Junior's taking his walks, which is really hard for young players to do. Rick says
when you're hot, right? When you're hot and you're going to hit a home run, how hard is it to not swing at every borderline pitch? I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah. And the one he hit last night, like you just it's funny. It's like out of the hand. You're like, uh-oh. When Junior, and it's like, oh, murdered it. Rick says, looks like JP's batting cage sessions are finally paying off with Junior. Is there anything JP can't do besides start the show on time? See, even that, Rick, is calculated. I want you guys wanting it. Like, where is he? I shouldn't have let that secret out, should I?
That's
now
why
they get mad at me. That's
why I ghost some of my dates.
No, it's not. I don't do it on purpose, Rick. I'm not that calculated. I do not think, I appreciate you guys waiting for the show. I really do. Trust me. Kurt says, last night, Tampa Bay won. Yankees, Boston, Baltimore, Toronto, all lost. I'll buy that. Also, I called right here yesterday, although it wasn't a certainty. Caminero first to declare for home run derby. You did.
Yeah.
He is in the home run derby. Last year, I admit it, I was afraid it would fuck up his swing. Yeah. It did not. So go get him, Junior. Go Nago. And they've changed it this year. They've changed the formula where they're going to give the players a chance to watch their prolific home runs land. So it's not going to be this constant, rapid fire swing. So we can't even enjoy some of the bombs that they're hitting. And that'll certainly take less toll physically on the players. And I think it gives Junior a better chance too, because his swings are so quality and he's way more consistent contact. So I think less, kind of like, it's kind of microcosm of the season. He sees less strikes than anybody, but when he sees them, he recognizes them and he murders them. So I think it'll give him a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
So hit that Liberty Bell downtown. Alejandro says Junior's going to be third in MVP voting by the end of the year. The route he's going, and what a win last night for the boys. Yankees keep losing. I'm going to call it. We will be the first team to 50 wins in the AL. Yeah, I think so. But so Alejandro, like, I haven't really dug into it too much. What does the MVP race look like right now? And where's Junior in this statistical pantheon?
See if I can find something here.
Yeah. I know he's not leading. I mean, obviously Shohei with his duel, that's hard. Obviously,
he's going to be over in the NL. Yeah, he'll be
sure
leading pretty much every year while he's relevant.
But yeah, and he should. But in the American League,
Yordan Alvarez is the favorite at minus 155.
He's got what, 25 home runs?
311 average, 25 home runs, 56 RBIs, 58 runs scored, 426 OBP, and a 1.039 OPS.
Yeah, Junior's in the neighborhood. He's lurking.
Is third. So Nick Kurtz at plus 250.
Yeah.
And Junior Caminero, but it's a wide margin. Caminero plus 2,000.
So yeah. That's good value, though.
Yeah.
Because just think about it. If one of those two guys gets hurt and then the other guy slumps and Junior continues, that's great value at plus 2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting down on that today. We'll get down on that. That's
Aaron Judge now, obviously out of the conversation with his injury, so that's also good for guys like Ben Rice.
Yeah. Rick says of our new theme, open theme, cheesy and bad sets the tone. That sounds about right for this show. Perfect, right? Yeah. Yeah. You guys are welcome to produce one on your own if you'd like. Oh, look. Nathan Elliott says this is a live show. Yes, it is. Every day.
Why is that a question, Nathan? Why is it not? Why would it not be
taped
live?
replay? What are you talking about, Nathan? Are you drunk again?
Wish I was.
Yeah. Danny Boy says, speaking of the World Cup tonight, USMNT takes care of business versus Bosnia. I didn't know this. Everybody's telling me that Bosnia is pretty good. They're ranked.
What about Herzegovina? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, they must be dragging them down because they're ranked like 52nd in FIFA rankings, and we're ranked like 13th.
America
even
is?
be 13th
wow.
or maybe 17th. Anyway, we're in the top 20, maybe even top 15, and now maybe higher. But like this shouldn't even be a contest. But then look at Ivory Coast and Morocco, and already we've had a lot of interesting outcomes. I went to bed last night because Mexico started late with the Lightning. Did they end up winning that? They were up 2-0. They were just destroying them.
Yeah, Mexico won.
Yeah. That was quite the freaking atmosphere last night. Holy shit. Our man Greg Wolf is down there doing the emceeing in Stadium Azteca. Man, when they scored, holy crap. That was a seismic eruption. That and Mexico looks good, but once they get out of home base, we'll see what happens. Kurt says, how about my Norwegians, red, white, and blue? Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
What is he saying? This is sounding like a replay. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about, Nathan. Because we talk about the same stuff every day. Well, that's kind of the point.
Rick says, I'm slobbering all over soccer again. He'll forget about it come training camp. Yes, I will. Yeah, I will. Absolutely, 100%.
As soon as real sports start up again, it's out of our mind.
I totally have copped to the fact that we do this once every 4 years, and it's super fun, and I'm into it, and I love it. Can we not do that? And then we get back to normal in football, the other football. How is that? Is that a negative? Just saying. All right, let's do the break thing here. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Today is the last day for the super patriotic We Love America 250-year birthday Gold and Diamond Source gift card match. That's right. We are celebrating the 250th birthday of this great nation and those great patriots that are Julie and Steve Weintraub, much like George Washington and Betsy Ross. They are coming. They are coming forward with this patriotic venture. Buy a $1,000 gift card, get a $1,000 gift card for free. That's right, $1,000 gift card match. You can do $500, you can do $200, you can do $50 if you want, but up to $1,000, and that's ends today. So get your ass in there for July 4th. They will be open July 4th, by the way, for all your fireworks shopping. Oh, no fireworks. Just diamonds and gold. So head on over to Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Overton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
By the way, breaking news. Kucherov extension.
Kucherov signs with Toronto.
Yeah, I don't think they would like that. They hate him so much. Then I don't know.
They do.
But anyway, welcome back to the show. We're brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, where I will be tonight watching the United States men's national team. Who's coming? Who's joining me? So far, I've only got 2 RSVPs, and I'm very upset about that.
Bar tab's going to be cheap.
Yeah. So I need to find out because I'm trying to get a table for us Petermans. I'm going to bring some swag as well. So let me know what's up, guys. If you want to come join us, United States men's national team tonight for USA versus Bosnia Herzegovina. It's a big night. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But Riveters is the place to be for all your World Cup action. Place was popping last night with Mexico. That's good for business when they have a lightning delay. So then the people just keep drinking, and the lightning goes on and on and on. So, yeah. It's a good night for Riveters last night, I'm sure.
Nice.
And there will be a big night tonight as the USA goes up against Bosnia Herzegovina. 8 o'clock.
One here.
Be there. If you're coming, love to hear from you in the comments or hit me up on Twitter, wherever. I'll try to get a table for everybody. So we got a few takers. We'll see what happens. But thanks to Riveters, our favorite place to watch World Cup and Rays games as well. Don't forget, you get your $6 Tito's, Jack, and Margs during every Rays game. All right, back to the comments. Kurt Thorson says, JP, I saw your attempt to bring reason to the TBT article on the Rays seeking construction. The ignorance of people has me thinking it is legitimate, intentional, or just plain nefarious. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, Timmy, you'll find this absolutely shocking. I was trolling the people as I'm known to do. Yeah, it's funny when the positive stories come out. I'm like, oh, wow, look at this, kind of tongue in cheek. And then everybody's like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Oh, okay. The other stuff means something, right? When a vote gets delayed, that's the biggest deal in the world. Even though it was foretold on this show, there were basically multiple reasons for it. Most of them are procedural, not because it's in danger of not passing. I mean, it's silly, actually. It's just part of the process. But everybody, but when concrete things happen like this, it's like, oh, no, that doesn't mean anything. Okay. $50 million getting allocated from the state judge. That's nothing. That's just, okay. Yeah, Kurt, it's a little bizarre that when things like this happen, people continue to say, oh, no, they're still going to Orlando or Raleigh, Durham. Yeah. That's what they're getting paid to say. Pooh Shiesty says Germany and Japan both lost on Monday. The last time Germany and Japan were limited in the same day was 1945. Oh, nicely done, Pooh Shiesty. Nicely done. The axis of evil. Yeah. No longer. Thank God. Thanks to the greatest generation. By the way, have I done my film review of Pressure? I don't think I have. We saw it over the weekend.
Oh, did you see? I can't wait to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
I spent $20 at home to watch that sucker.
Oh, you can see it at home now?
Yeah. Yeah. You can rent it for $20, buy it for $25. I was going to buy. I should have bought it after.
Okay. So I have a question about that. When you buy a movie online, where does it go? Where do you go see it if I buy it? What do I plug in? Where do I put the tape in?
If you buy it, I guess it sits in wherever you bought it, your stash there. If you buy it,
I would have no idea where to find that.
Like we rented it on Prime. So
right,
Amazon
I do that
Prime
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll sit in your Amazon Prime. You own this film folder. You can watch it anytime without any charge.
I might have movies that I bought. I have no idea they're even there. I don't know how to watch.
That's probably where they are. So yeah, I'll give you 2 minutes on it. Great film. Really, really good film. Incredibly acted. Brendan Fraser plays Dwight D. Eisenhower. Kate Summersby, his driver, is very well. I should have the actor's name in front of me. I'm sorry, I don't. She is great. And they have this total dickhead British meteorologist that's kind of the focal point of the story. And he plays the part to make you hate him, and he's really good. Like he's just such an a-hole. But he kind of saves the day in terms of it is a little I mean, I don't know how historically accurate it is, but they have I don't want to play too much of a spoiler. I mean, how it turns out, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. Like, how that works.
We know the end of the story. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not playing spoiler here. Right. But the main, to tell people, oh, dude, don't spoil it. Oh, did you not know what happened on?
Did you not know what happened on D-Day?
But it was supposed to happen on June 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's less of a war movie and more of a meteorological war movie. It's the drama between the American meteorologist who's kind of depending on his old charts, his analog charts, and this newfangled meteorologist who knows Northern Europe and Northern England way better than the other guy. And he takes current data to do his forecasting instead of they used to like look at the current weather, right? And say, okay, we have a high pressure over the Azores. We have, and then they'll go back and look at these other maps. Oh, in 1924, we had high pressure over the Azores and things going on over here and things going. So it's very similar in 1924. Therefore, we're going to predict that this weather pattern is going to follow the 1924, the 1916, and the 1904 models. Makes sense, right? It makes sense. But this was the new fangled weather casting of where, and he wanted the data. He's like, give me the data from Nova Scotia. Give me the data for the jet stream coming across Iceland. Give me, the data from, these other points, these other little islands where they would put up a weather balloon in their little box, and then the thing would come down, and then they'd read it and they'd send it out over the telegraph, right? But that's what they were doing. And there were two storms that were out in the Atlantic that were heading towards England. And there were, they were trying, and he was predicting, he's like, yeah. And the whole week leading up to D-Day was beautiful weather in England. And this arrogant ass is telling everybody, hey, no, storm's coming. And everybody's like, what are you talking about, you limey dick? No, go on Monday. Go.
Was there a lot of bloke going around in that stuff?
And Eisenhower, to his credit, kind of blew off his guy that he's worked with and Patton had worked with, and he'd been right so many times, and said, I think what this guy's talking about is true. He's like, yeah, he's like, no, it's going to be catastrophic on Monday. We're talking 8 to 10 foot seas. And the admiral's like, hey, our boats don't do that. They'll all sink. Right. All our landing craft will just absolutely go to the bottom of the English Channel if we're in 8 to 10 foot seas. Like, that ain't going to work. And that's what happened on that Monday. But like late in the process, he said, this is where I get to a little bit of a spoiler. So I won't do it. Something popped up and there was other data. So then that's how the whole thing plays out. And it's really a fascinating movie. It's a fascinating movie. It's extremely well acted. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's not really a war movie. If you're looking for, in fact, the scenes of, early D-Day are just some of it. It's live action mixed with historical video. So you're not going to get a lot of that. Not a lot of explosions if that's what you're looking for. It's not that kind of movie, but it's a great historical account of, how things like that and decisions that are made changed the history of the world. And, and it's funny. It's like, as you watch it play out, you understand. It's like, we argue about a lot of shit, and it's so meaningless when it comes to, like, these are like real decisions that are going to affect millions of lives for generations to come. And you better fucking get it right. And sometimes it's just gut feeling. Or praying or a higher power, whatever you want to, however you want to look at it, is the difference. So highly recommend it. You can rent it at home. And I've heard the kids together. Very good family watching.
I've heard Brendan Fraser's performance is just masterful in this thing as Eisenhower. And you know what? If you really told me there's a movie coming out where Brendan Fraser is Dwight Eisenhower, I would have just laughed. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet, but everything that I've seen about it and about his performance is that it's just great.
Yeah, it was really good. I think we got any comments on that.
And I love weather and I love war.
Rick says it's the first climate change movie written by Al Gore. Thankfully, Al Gore was nowhere near this. Can you imagine, like, these idiots making tactical decisions based on global warming and stupid shit like that? Like, wow. That's what I think it's kind of what we've done in a lot of different ways.
I can't imagine.
All right. Let's get to some other. I wonder if we had any comments on the movie. But if you've seen it, I'd like to know your thoughts.
Yeah, I'll probably see it this weekend. So I might try to go to the theater though.
All right. I'm getting mad at Nathan. I'm not going to put his stuff up anymore.
Is he still accusing us of being recorded?
Yeah. And as Right Brain says, he's getting nicer after we admonished him yesterday. It said, and his English is getting better, Juniors. Yeah. I love the fact that he's making the effort to do all of his interviews in English. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Rick says Charlie Miranda was the bat boy for that 22-year-old from 1901. Kurt says, happy Bobby Bonilla Day, 1.19 million every July 1st till 2035. Yes, the greatest contract in history.
How much money do you think he has in his bank account right now?
I don't know. My good buddy Joe McEwen played with Bobby Bonilla, knows him. We got to get old Bobby on the show.
Yeah.
He's remembered now for this contract.
Yeah.
But
every day. We celebrate it every year.
He was a hell of a player in his day. He was a really good player. Ice Cube Jones says, pay that kid whatever it takes to keep him here forever. Speaking of Junior, good person, great player. He can be the face of the team, even put another good bat behind the big three and give them some protection. Yeah. You imagine what Junior would be like with actual protection in the lineup? Holy shit.
You know, and don't discount the learning to speak English better thing, because we had a situation here with the Rangers. Probably some catcher you guys never heard of before named Pudge Rodriguez.
What?
Who was the he won a couple of rings. He won one in Miami, from what I recall. Yeah, he won a ring.
He did. Yeah. Hell of a player.
Player. Absolutely one of my favorite Rangers. I think I've told the story on the show. Not a great person in real life when I had an interaction with him. But
really?
Accused me of stealing $10,000 from him. We'll tell that story.
That would ruin your day.
We'll tell that story later. I was a bartender at the time. He was a customer. Anyway, so, you know, he was the face of the franchise in the 90s. You know, he caught Nolan Ryan as a rookie, as a 19-year-old rookie, and then just became the face of the franchise. Awesome catcher defensively, throwing everybody out that you couldn't believe. And he was almost unmarketable because he couldn't speak English.
Yeah.
And then he learned English a little bit, but it was so broken that he was a tough interview. Just you really couldn't use sound bites because he never tried to fix it. He never tried to improve his English to get marketable. And until after he retired, now he's somewhat understandable because, you know, he tried to go on TV. The Rangers tried to use him on their broadcasts. You know, he's in the Hall of Fame, obviously, and all of this stuff. And you can't market a guy like that. And you make yourself so much more money and so much more appealing to the fans when you're able to communicate and they can listen to your voice and you can interact, you know? And I think that's a huge part of that. And Junior's probably figuring that out, and he's young and he's got time to do it and figure it out. And that's going to be huge for his career later in life. Yeah,
I totally agree. And the joy of which he played the game. And, you know, Alex Nunn says here, more importantly, he's cleaned up his defense too. He's a fucking stud. Alex had some issues, as did I, with some of his histrionics in the home run trot early in the season.
Sure.
You know, it wasn't a big thing, but I thought, you know, and we talked about it with Big O. Obviously his perspective way better than mine. And even he said, he goes, yeah, we probably need to tone that down a little bit. And you know what he did? He toned it down.
Good.
And it wasn't a big deal. I think probably somebody came to him, a veteran, and said, you know, we love your joy for the game, but can we tone it down a little bit?
And
he did. And it wasn't a big deal, right? And then, you know, as far as his defense, and, you know, he was cutting off balls to the shortstop, Taylor Walls, and, you know, just doing, he's just so over exuberant. Yeah. He was the Jameis Winston of baseball. He just wanted to make a play on everything he could get near. He had to affect it. He had to do something. He's like a showman, but not in a bad way. And Jameis is the same way. It's never like, oh, well, look at me. It's almost like, oh, please look at me. You know, it's like he's not trying to, you know, hog the ball, but he's just trying to, he just wants to be in the middle of everything, and he wants to make everybody happy. And, you know, sometimes that can be to your detriment. You got to let the other guys play. And, you know, Jameis really never learned that. He wanted to make everybody happy, including the other team, which he did often. Pooh Shiesty says that Matenex deck and the tarps off section at the slop are the most exciting sections in all of sports. I don't know if I'll go that far, but they're damn good. And it's given life to the trop where it's never had it before. I mean, there is just I'm telling you, that place was a freaking mausoleum for 20 years for 70% of the games. And now even the Royals series and the Twins series, like, people show up and have a good time. And there's life out there. As predicted on this show, by the way.
And, you know, Babby talked about when he was on the show a few weeks ago, opening the upper deck. I mean, that was almost a promise that it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep. And that's, you know, I think Babby he's very calculated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he knows the things that he's going to do, but he doesn't want to talk about them. He doesn't want to, like, come off as, you know, he is the king of under promising and over delivering.
Sure.
That is his deal. And you don't have to talk about a lot. He just goes ahead and does it and lets it speak for itself. That's smart business. It's smart business. It's good business. He's a smart guy. He is a very, very intelligent, emotional intelligence off the charts, can really read the room and has great discipline. Like, he sat in that city council chambers when I was in there.
Yeah.
And that, try not to name call, Charlie Miranda shook his finger and looked down at him and waved the paper and said, "Is this their best offer you got? Is this your best offer? You better go back to the drawing board." And he just sat there.
He's probably still amazed at paper because he was there when it was invented.
Shocked they didn't call it papyrus. But I mean, I would have lost my shit on that dude. I would have said, "Can I speak, Mr. Chairman?" And then just eviscerate Charlie Miranda. But Babby's, he just sat there, smiled, and just, that's hard to do. That's incredible discipline at the plate right there, Mr. Babby.
Yeah.
That was really good discipline because I'd have charged the mound. I would have charged the mound, no question. He just took his walk,
Like
went to first base,
Red
said,
Sox game.
and just basically, "I'll be back. I'll be back." Didn't say it out loud. And that's impressive. I'm very impressed. David Terry said, "Went to the maintenance deck last Saturday. It was epic. 15 beers down. Found myself in line most of the game. Though it's a great view." All right, David, 15 beers in one game. I mean, it's probably light beer. So, and over 4 hours, it's not that bad, but that's impressive. That's Boggs-esque. That's Boggsy-esque right there. 14 beers, 15 beers. I got to get up there. The man next deck. And maybe this next homestand we'll do that. Pusheisty says there's a new sheriff in town. Long gone are the days where we trade away our best players every year. Isn't that great, man? This is what I've talked about, for years, about getting real ownership in here. And this is what we have prayed for, a group like this that's rooted in Tampa Bay, and and being able to put this together in Tampa. It's going to be just absolutely fantastic, and it's going to be exactly what it always should have been, with the baseball tradition and just exuberance in this town. It was always supposed to be this way, and we're finally going to get it right. And I just can't, and that's why I'm so excited about it. It's because this community deserves that. This baseball community deserves it. We produce the best and most players per capita in Major League Baseball. And we are a baseball town, but we've done it all wrong. And wait till we do it right. It's going to be awesome. Kurt says, "I've jokingly told the ushers at the Trop regarding tarps off that Sternberg would have had those shirtless boys arrested." Man Bear Pig says, "I love it, JP. I hate your new song, but I love you." Thank you. It's break time. That'll be our break song. I see. That's a great compliment. If you guys will sit through this shit, this AI slop, just to listen to the show, I appreciate you guys. All right. Hey, we are brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. They are going to become AJ Gallagher Insurance, part of the bigger company. What does that mean for you guys? Well, it needs more insurance options for you. That means hopefully cheaper prices for you. They'll find other companies that they'll work with. They'll do all the research. They'll do all the work. You save all the money. You get the same customer service you've always gotten from Italiano Insurance, but you don't get You know, you don't get all the national crazy stuff where you're not be able to talk to a human like at other places. You're still going to get that great customer service, but the big options of AJ Gallagher Insurance. It's the little thing and the big thing equals a great thing, as I like to say. 813-877-7799. Back in 3.
Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP.
We lost your audio. There you go.
There we go. Sorry, I was listening to some interesting stuff on the and during the break. Going down the rabbit hole as I want to do. Big O's going to join us here in a little bit, talk to some more Rays baseball. So I want to get to some other things here, specifically your Tampa Bay Lightning. Welcome back to the show, by the way. Brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. If you buy a car in July, you will not make payments for 90 days. 90 days, kids. That's a long time not to make a car payment. What can you do with that money? You can pay off some other credit cards, get rid of that interest, right? So that's a pretty good deal. If you're in the market for a new car, this is a great time to get her done at Genesis of Tampa. Not only will they make you a great deal and give you tons of money, $250 extra on your trade-in because of the 250th birthday, you'll get a great deal. You won't have payments for 3 months, and you will get a fantastic car. The Genesis GV70, of which I drive and now owner, is absolutely phenomenal. The performance, the luxury, the feel, the ride of that car is absolutely premium SUV where you pay $150,000 for, but you don't pay that. No, you don't. I got my 2023 for low 30s. Low 30s. That's it. It's phenomenal. And that's with what, 11,000 on my trade-in, 12,000 on my trade-in on a car is worth about 8. So that's a good freaking deal. That's a really good freaking deal.
Yeah.
And they're making great deals at Genesis of Tampa. They're a newer dealership, so they want to get their customers, want to get you into their great service and all those things. And if once you try them out, you're going to see this is the one. This is where I want to buy my cars. These are the folks I want to deal with. They're great, great folks, led by the great Mike Murphy of the Murphy Auto Group, Genesis of Tampa. Check them out, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off 275. All right, so today is the day free agency starts for the NHL. Julien Brisebois, Lightning GM, has called this maybe the worst free agent class he's ever seen. He said it a lot more diplomatically. He said it's slim pickings. He didn't say it's the worst class ever because that would be insulting to some players out there.
Right.
It's not about the specific players. It's about the, what's available. But there's a lot of big time players that are asking for trades. One of them, obviously, Zach Werenski, Blue Jackets defenseman, the exact guy that they really, really need. But what does that look like in terms of a trade? Now they're $13 million under the salary cap, which is insane. You could probably combine the salary cap available for the last 7 years, and it might not reach 13 million. So they've got a lot of opportunity here. And there's a lot of players that want to come play in Tampa, obviously. So, and this is when I said there would be significant change from the Lightning. This is what I meant. They're going to be able to bring in one, maybe two big time players. And that could certainly tip a team that is this good already. So I think this is a huge offseason. And these decisions by Julien Brisebois, now that he's got some stuff to work with, it's going to be huge moving forward. Now, as I mentioned with Kucherov, today is the first day that they can extend him. And I would expect that extension to come rather quickly. So it could be today. And if it's so right now, Kucherov's making 9.5. As a Hart Trophy winner, what's he worth? What's the top level right now? Guys are getting 14, 15 million. I don't expect it to be that. But it's probably going to be in the 12 to 13 range. Now that doesn't affect this year's salary cap. He's locked in this year at 9.5. But the salary cap's probably going to go up 7 to 8 million every single year. So again, this is going to be a superstar approaching his age 33 season, still at the top of his game. So what does that look like? 12, 13? We'll see. Obviously with the no state tax, there's room to play. Obviously for Kucherov, if he were to go somewhere else, he's going to have to pay that, most likely other places. So he's not going anywhere. And that extension I would expect to be done rather quickly. So we'll see. And we'll be watching our email to see if and when that happens today. They need a right-hand shot defenseman. We talked about this with Brian Engblom last week and Eric Erlinson as well. They need a right-handed shot on the power play. So I think those are the two things that they're really going to be looking at. And as they do go through their development camp, Sam O'Reilly is here. He is obviously making an impact already. There's also Jack Pridham, who he played with in juniors. They've been playing together. And now O'Reilly could be a guy who makes this team out of camp this year. And he could be a guy that really, great two-way player. He's, I think, kind of an Anthony Sorelli comp with probably better offensive skills at an earlier age, but a really, really good player. And he could be a difference maker in terms of a, third or fourth line guy at this upcoming season. So there's obviously Corey Perry and Bjorkstrand are gone. Bjorkstrand was a huge miss for JBB, but that happens. You hit some, you miss some. That was a miss. But I'm interested to see what this roster is going to look like when they head to training camp in 2 months. And the next few days will be very telling to what Brisebois is going to do. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the Lightning.
You got to keep up with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. That Kachuk pairing.
It's going to be bad news.
That forecheck. That's going to be something to deal with. 6'4", 220. It's a lot of Kachuk. It's a lot of Kachuk.
Nobody wants that much Kachuk.
No, I don't need that much Kachuk. But we'd be silly to sit here and try to blow it off as meaningless because it ain't. They're and Barkov will be back. They'll be back at full strength. Yeah, if you're writing off the Panthers, that is quite silly of you to do. Bush Icy says Bull Durham is one of the all-time great sports movies. There's a lot of debate over best baseball movie. For me, it's Bull Durham for many reasons.
What was the other option he said?
He didn't give another option, but typically, you get Field of Dreams. Most people say Field of Dreams is the best, which is, I love Field of Dreams. You really got to buy into it though. And I think the first time I saw it, I just didn't buy into it, buy into the supernatural part of it.
Right.
You gotta really get into that. And so in subsequent watchings of it, I kind of did buy into it and I loved it. The Catch with Your Dad.
Yep.
That's a pretty big.
That's the waterworks come every time at the end of that movie.
That's a thing. That's a thing. So, but Bull Durham is just so minor league authentic and silly. And, it just, great acting, you may not be a Kevin Costner fan, but I think he was born to play that role. And Susan Sarandon, just absolutely perfect. Nuke Lelouch, Tim Robbins, so many good actors in that movie. And it's subtle humor, subtle stuff, sometimes not so subtle stuff, but just, I don't know, man. It's my personal favorite.
So I'll tell you mine real quick. I'll try to off the top of my head. Major League is number one, and it's not close for anything else ahead of Major League.
It's awesome.
That's
really
numbers
good.
1 through 10 on my list. Then probably Bull Durham is going to be number 2. And I'll tell you, I'll throw an old one at you. The Pride of the Yankees. Gary Cooper as Lou Gehrig. That's one of my favorites too. And
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It probably doesn't hold up very well if you've never seen it, but it's kind of nostalgic for me because I watched it with my dad when I was little.
Okay.
So but Gary, it's funny because Gary Cooper obviously did not bat left-handed, and they had to reverse the film when they were and put the number and everything in reverse on his uniform to film it.
Okay. All right.
A funny backstory of that. 8 Men Out. Another one of my all-time favorites. And then probably The Natural.
I thought that was hokey.
Throw that up there.
I was hokey. The hokey
What
ending.
about The Rookie? I would put The Rookie up there.
A Rookie is fantastic.
Jim Morris. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did that story before the movie. And when I did that story, I was like, I think my first line in that movie in my story was, It seems like a Disney movie, but it's not. But it became one.
And then more recently, probably 42.
42 was really good.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, that one, obviously well after Bull Durham, but that is just for other reasons. It's just so important
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that was really good. 42 was really
the
good.
original Bad News Bears is probably up there.
Oh my God.
And then I would put
That is so good. Tatum O'Neal, Walter Matthau.
I put 61 up there, the Billy Crystal movie about Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. I really enjoyed that.
That's a well
And then a movie everybody hates that I love because it's about my favorite baseball player ever, the Tommy Lee Jones Cobb.
Yeah, that was, I did see that. That was good. That was intense.
Good, but a lot of people don't like it because of the Ty Cobb aspect, I guess. I don't know that they'd make a movie about Ty Cobb today, but
true to life. Oh no, they would.
Very true to life.
Surprised they haven't remade it about 10 times.
Right.
Pooh Shiesty says, sorry, John Morgan, the Orlando dream is over. Yeah, he's moved on to creating a third party, which, by the way, I'm all for. Been for that for a long time. I think it's never been more needed than it is today.
Now, instead of creating additional parties,
but he's not the guy to lead it.
Shouldn't we contract? Shouldn't we just have one party?
We already do have one party, bro. That's the problem.
Well,
and you're not in it. The great George Carlin said.
It's the other party.
You're not in it.
It's the other party.
Yeah.
I don't know. George Washington ran unopposed, and there was just one party. That's the last time that ever happened. You didn't have two parties when they started the country.
Well, that was kind of a natural.
George Washington never imagined that we'd have conflicting sides of our government, and so back then it was whoever wins is president, and whoever comes second is vice president. That's how it was designed. And it's just not, obviously that wasn't sustainable. I don't think. No.
Rick says, hey, Kurt, Stu would have collected all those shirts from the Tarps Off guys and sold them to the Goodwill store. He said, well, we sold the last tarp. Can't we sell these as well? That's good. That's an all-timer. Do the Rays try and get Mike Trout? Man, if we did the first day, he'd freaking break down. I don't know. It'd be fun, wouldn't it? If we get the Angels to eat most of that salary. I'm all for it. I mean, if he could stay healthy, that would be pretty good. What has he got? 17 home runs right now? 17 dingers? Put Mike Trout in the outfield right behind Junior Caminero. Ooh, Lordy. Rick says the Rays are lucky that Stu didn't sign Judge. He was never going to sign Judge or Freddie Freeman or anybody else they tell you they were after. That was never going to happen.
Right.
Michael LaRue says a reigning Norris Trophy winner Zach Werenski reportedly vetoed a trade to Dallas. Now it looks like it's down to Tampa Bay and Toronto. Yeah. Let's go. That would be huge. He wants to come to Tampa Bay. Let's make it happen.
Should be easy. Stuff like that's always super simple.
Well, now that we got cap room, sure makes it easier. Whew. Danny Boy says offense wins game in the regular seasons, but in October, pitching, good ABs, and good defense, along with timely hitting, wins championships. Yeah, look, we don't need to get into this team. Is this Rays team playoff, ready? It's not. It's just the lineup is way too thin.
Nobody is.
The lineup is way too thin, and this picture is going to look way different in August and September. The Yankees are going to go add bigly, and other teams are too. Other big money teams are not going to sit still. If Toronto can fight their way back in it, they'll go crazy. Who else? I mean, Oakland's not going to do, or Sacramento, or what the hell are they even called these days?
They're just the A's.
Just the A's. They're not going to do anything from, adding big money people. But there'll be some other teams that might do it. So let's just figure it out. I am not. What's wrong with Nathan? Is he drunk this morning?
You have a stroke.
What else we got here? Donald Vesey says Junior will have 33 home runs at the All-Star break and win home run derby. Book it. Man, I hope you're 20. So he's at 23. So 33, what, in 2 weeks? Hold on now. Let's tap the brakes there, Tony. Let's tap the brakes. I know he's on a heater, but he's not going to hit a home run every single day. Probably not going to happen. This is interesting.
Go ahead. I'll go.
Nathan Stout says, listen to yesterday's show after work. Thank you for doing that, Nathan. Always listen to us as a podcast, folks, and you can fast forward wherever you want to do. Said, couldn't disagree more with Scott R. on Baker's contract. Sign Baker now and pay him. This idea that Baker will sign for $50 million per was the going rate in 24. Yeah, we disagree on this. Scott and I disagree on this. And I think his points are good. If you want to play hardball with Baker, are you going to get the best out of him? I don't think so. I think is he going to play hard? Yeah, he's going to play hard, but it's just different. It's hard to quantify. And he's right. He'll play hard to get another contract. But it's bad karma to me. It's not the way you do business. If you're committed to the guy, commit to the guy. Get him the freedom to know that he can go play the way he wants to play. And if he gets an injury, he's okay. Right now he's got to play knowing full well that if he runs around and gets hit on the knee and gets an ACL, his contract next year is going to be a lot less than it would be. And depending on the severity of the injury, you're pissing away $120, $30 million. Just commit to him. And I think it's just this message it sends to your team, the message it sends to Baker is that the organization is all in. And I don't think that's the message that the players are getting right now. And it's one of the reasons Mike Evans is not here anymore. So I think there needs to be some damage control here. And there needs to be, if you want Baker, then just commit to him. It just makes you could put the franchise tag on him. You can make him play without a guarantee for the next, you sure can. He's going to do it. But is that what you really want? Is that the way to handle this? I don't think it's a good idea. I think you just commit to him and then start building around him in other ways. And if you do commit to him, you will get him at a lower number than you would after this season. Absolutely 100% right. Sign him now. He's cheaper now than he will ever be. Because I think he's going to have a great season. I think he's going to have a great season. And if you sign him up long-term, he'll have an even better season. Kurt says, sorry, my free time, JP, is coming to an end. Baby girl coming July 10th, if not sooner. I won't be allowed out to play for a while. That's going to hurt, Kurt, because, while you're sitting there, tending to the baby, you can be listening to the show and watching the show. But we do appreciate all your efforts in watching city council meetings and all the other information you give us. And I can count on you because I know you're not a knucklehead. So I really appreciate it being our eyes and ears out there. It does help us a lot.
So I have a question about that. Yes. About what Kurt just said. Isn't that what we have wives for? Isn't that what the mother's for, to take care of the baby while we're free to just still go do whatever the hell we want?
This misogynistic take brought to you by the one and only Tim Ham. It's not necessarily
the views of
the views and the opinions of FanStream Sports or the JP Peterson Show.
I'm just saying, why do you got to do it? It came out of her.
Well, she did the work. Now it's our turn. No, we are partners in this great venture. And by the way, if you are not changing your baby's diaper, your daughter or son's diaper, you are missing out on some very important bonding time that will pay off later in your life. Okay, I fully believe that.
I changed a lot of diapers, but it was not for bonding purposes. It was because of the smell.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And look, for all of you out there, before you come at me, I have 6 children that I'm aware of. All right. 5 of those I was actively involved in raising.
Yeah.
I changed more diapers, did more midnight feedings, and handled more things than in all 3 of the wives or 2 of the wives that I have kids with will acknowledge that. I was always the one on top of that because I wanted her to be able to, and they didn't work. My wife didn't work at the time that I had all those kids. So like she was able to stay home during the day while I went to work, but I wanted to make sure she got her night's sleep. So I was always the one changing diapers and getting up for feeding, just because that's how it works. That's how you're supposed to do it. So
exactly.
Obviously I kid, but Kurt, don't let her take advantage of your kindness. Okay.
We'll let him run his ranch. I think
that's
more than capable. He doesn't need our advice.
Dude, I've been married 3 times. I know a lot about being married. All right.
You do not need his advice. Nathan says, I also have to put in perspective that the Bucs will essentially have a season where all games will be on the road when Ray J is being remodeled. Not sure how many quarterbacks are signing up for that. Nathan, where are you getting that? The head of the TSA, Mr. Eric Hart, told everybody that we will be able to do these renovations off season and closing off part of the stadium part of the time. They can do it in sections. So we're not moving to freaking Camping World Stadium. That dump that is Camping World Stadium where the Jaguars will be playing no, we're not doing that. Thank you, Eric Hart, for not making us do that. Good God. What a dump. Nathan also says, if you wait till after the season, Baker will likely cost you $10 million more per season. He's right. There'll be no discount after this season for sure.
Because somebody else will pay it if you won't.
Danny, it's right. Danny Boy says when the new ballpark comes in Tampa, they will show up in droves. Listen, I'm under no illusions that this 31,000 seat stadium in Tampa baseball stadium is going to be full every game. That's not happening. It doesn't have to happen. Okay, to be successful. If you can average, 22 to 25,000, I think you could probably average close to 25,000. More than successful. What's important is you get the whole thing done and you bring 9 to 10 million people, tourists, into the Tampa Bay area, or when they come to the Tampa Bay area, the 45 million that come to Tampa Bay area every year will carve out some time to come to baseball games in Tampa. Because when they land at our wonderful airport, they'll look outside and go, what the fuck is that? Got to get over there. That's right. All right, let's take our final break, and then we'll come back on the other side. Big O's going to join us, talk a little baseball with you folks, the junior phenomenon that's going on. We'll get to the rest of your comments as well. We are brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Pitch Roofing is a great company, by the way, and they tell you that there are scams out there. There are scammers. There's a scam out there right now. People are coming around, knocking on your door, telling you, hey, we have this little drone here, and we're going to do a drone inspection of your roof, and then we'll find some damage probably, and we'll tell you how the insurance company is going to pay for the whole thing. It's a scam, and the companies that are running it are scammers. So don't do that. Don't let them up on your roof. Don't do any of that stuff. Pitch Roofing will educate you. Call them. They are bonded. They are insured. They are a legitimate company with an office here that is staying here and will be able to service your roof if there is any issues. And there's been a lot of shitty work done over the last few years. They're getting a lot of calls for people who just had their roofs done and they're leaking because they hired the wrong company. pitchroofing.com. They'll be in the studio, by the way, tomorrow. Talk about some of the things they're doing for July 4th up at the Villages. So if you're interested and you're a homeowner, make sure you get this done. pitchroofing.com. Free estimate and get the JP Peterson Show discount. Back in 3.
JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler. So don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. So if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source Diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Don't forget, Diamond Source celebrating our nation's 250th birthday with a $1,000 gift card match. Yes, those fantastic Patriots, Julian, Steve Weintraub, yes, they're just like Betsy Ross and George Washington, making a mark on our American history by offering you, the Patriots that you are, a $1,000 gift card match. Turn that $1,000 into $2,000, or turn $500 into $1,000. Yes, that's what America is all about. The land of opportunity where you could double your money by just walking into the Golden Diamond Source. That's how it works. 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com. So take advantage. Today is the last day of the $1,000 July 4th gift card match. So get your ass over there.
I was really confused for a second because initially when you said that, all I heard was Betsy Ross and George Jefferson. I don't know why I heard Jefferson for a minute in my headphones, but that was really weird.
Another great American, by the way, George Jefferson. Absolutely.
Self-made man, entrepreneur, all those dry cleaning stores.
Right? Living right next to Archie Bunker.
God,
racist that he is.
Oh man,
fantastic.
So great.
Is that like the Jeffersons, the actual?
Yeah. You didn't know that the Jeffersons was started on All in the Family?
By
the way, the great Orestes Estrada is here. We have his camera set up.
I was thinking, I don't know, but you got this thing right in the middle of it that's going to hit the camera.
We got to pull. You got to pull that other mic boom out of the way, though.
That's just kind of sticking right in this craw there. Well, it's a good-looking camera. It's still lagging a little bit, but we're working on that part.
You don't want lag.
There he is.
I was thinking of George Jetson.
Oh,
a little different.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Did you know that in the Jetsons they never touch ground in all the episodes that they ever showed? They never touch the earth.
Well, they live in the sky, right?
They're always in the sky.
Did you hear the strange fan theory from a long time ago?
Say again?
Did you hear the weird fan theory that came out years and years ago about the Jeffersons? Or
The
Jetsons?
The Jetsons. No, tell me. I'm a big Jetsons fan. By
that Fred Flintstone and George Jefferson live at the same time, but because there is a nuclear fallout on Earth, the Flintstones live on the ground, and they're restarting humanity while all of the existing humans moved into the sky, and that's the Jeffersons. I keep saying Jeffersons. The Jetsons.
George Jetson.
And so they live at the same time.
That ties into my belief or my finding out that the Jetsons never went on solid ground. So they were at the same time.
So you're telling me we could have had an episode where George goes and picks up Barney
goes
and Fred
and they go out
and Wilma.
They go bowling.
They go bowling like in the sky
because he loves it.
Boy, Elroy is there.
Yes.
Yeah. Jane.
They could have crossed over.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys know that in 1980
Dino could have been friends.
An MC Universe crossover thing.
JP, in 1987, they did that. The Jetsons meet the Flintstones. It was a full-length animated crossover that brought both of the universes together.
They did this?
I should have known.
1987.
They did this in 1987?
Really?
Where was I?
Exactly.
Tallahassee.
Hi.
Hanging out at Clyde's getting 4 for 1.
This is a Mandela effect going on here. This is a Mandela effect. This is the Timmy Mandela effect.
I remember this.
He's blowing our mind now.
Can we go watch this somewhere?
I don't remember that. I don't.
Flintstones and Jetsons together?
The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones was the name of it.
Wow. Trust me, when I get home,
I'm all over that.
I'm all over that on YouTube. All over it.
This wasn't some like cheesy porn that you watched?
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be.
Well, I mean, I'm not promising that I've never watched Flintstones or Jetsons porn, but that's not what this is.
Little Wilma getting down
Betty,
with George.
Little Wilma and Betty action.
There's a little swinging going on with Will.
Wow. Why is it when I walk in your show only
with Flintstones in the rubble,
the tomfoolery, the tomfoolery begins.
There was a lot of innuendo that there was swinging going on. If you don't forget, I remember it well.
I don't know why. But I should have not.
Look at that! Look at that! The Jetsons meet the Flintstones. See?
Oh my gosh!
Now we're talking about just look at Jane. Jane's a swinger. There's no question about it. Jane Jetson was a swinger.
The daughter.
His wife.
Oh, Jane was the wife. Who was the daughter?
Look at you going to the daughter right away.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Might have been a crush back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. And then when Pebbles grew up,
Boy Elroy. Jane, his
Judy,
wife.
daughter Judy. That's
daughter Judy. Right. Judy.
And
Judy might have been a little freak.
Judy.
Astro was a problem. Astro was.
You think he was a problem?
Dino. love Dino.
Yeah.
Dino would scarf down those Brontosaurus burgers.
Maybe
nobody's
Astro and
business.
Dino had a little thing.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe. Which one's which there, by the way? Well, maybe.
This is progressive. This is a progressive show that we're talking
Gay
about.
dogs.
It is now.
Gay dogs.
Gay dogs.
Good thing gay dogs.
Hello.
all dogs gay, I think.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
my
Or
God.
bi. I
do-
think all dogs
they-
are bi.
they're genderless.
Are they?
Well, I think they are when they sniff around and all that stuff.
Yeah, they don't care who they're sniffing.
They really don't. They really
humans,
don't.
humans should take a page out of that.
Listen, now we're getting into
We should be able to just walk up in a bar and just start
territories now.
sniffing somebody
we're
like dogs
getting
do,
into
right?
we're getting into Bill Clinton territory.
Oh,
as far
God.
as, like
Lordy.
what justifies actual.
I've always liked men, but suddenly I was questioning myself.
I like other guys.
We've gone
But I watch
completely
women's
off the
gymnastics.
rails.
Oh Lord.
We're in Clinton and Diddy territory now. All of a sudden,
Lord.
so let's
This
just-
is,
let's reel it back.
Thomas Casper says that episode 7, the flying suit, 1962, where a discarded flying suit lands on the ground, revealing a homeless person, hobo, and a walking bird. Was this in what? Was this what?
1962, where the Jetsons around in 62.
Was this a?
I thought they were more of a 70s show.
So did I. Yeah, Danny Boy says yes. A live
Well, no, the
action
Jetsons
Jetsons
are
movie is
60s.
in the works at Warner Brothers Pictures right now, though it is still in the early
No.
stages. There was a live action Flintstones. I remember that.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
First episode of the Jetsons was September 23rd, 1962.
Okay, so maybe they did touch ground. I had saw a report a couple of months back, goofing around, and it
You know
said
that
something.
internet. You can't always believe everything.
Yeah, that they had never touched ground, which then it made me think about all the many episodes I'd seen, and I'm like, you know what? They're always flying around. They never, because the Earth was having trouble.
I never remember them.
And
you
the
know,
Flintstones were
going
living
to a
it.
park or
I like.
By the way,
I like
the
the
new
thought
live
of
action
the-
Jetsons movie. Jim Carrey will be playing George Jetson.
classic. All right,
I-
he fits.
I thought Jim Carrey might. I thought he was gone forever.
Hey, now you're going into, we're just what? I walk in and all of a sudden it's conspiracy theory left and right.
I'm just.
It's
Pooh Shiesty says,
dogs.
"What about Rosie the robot?"
Oh,
Rosie
man.
the
I remember
robot.
Rosie.
Time to lube
Yeah.
up.
Rosie was like a sexy robot, by the way.
Was she?
Yeah, she had that little thing going
I
on.
don't think so.
Yeah,
I think she was kind of an old lady robot, which I think was kind of, a little kind of, I don't know, was misogynistic, and then we get the old lady
You think
robot
so?
that
No, I
serves
thought
everybody.
She was kind of cute.
All right, she was
Roll-
kind of
rolling around.
she was kind of a pain in the ass. I
Yeah,
know.
was she? Okay.
All right, let's get back to baseball. Nathan South says, "Do you think Luis Ariz is on the Rays list?
Luis
The
Ariz
Giants
is
are
on-
out of
on
contention, and he's a
lot of
free agent
lists.
after the season. Current contract, 1 year, $12 million. Not the power outfitter, but he's a top 5 in BA. He would. I think we've talked about him. I don't think that's. We got a lot of those guys. Not as good as him,
Not as good.
Not as good as
he
him.
is a batsmith.
but we need power.
I would say we need power. The only drawback I have with Luis Ariz, because man, he's one of the he is like a premier contact hitter that gets hits. It's not just contact. Like, Chandler Simpson is a contact hitter who hasn't learned to be at the level of Ariz. If he does, he's going to be a superstar because of his speed.
Yeah.
Right. So if he ever gets that hand-eye coordination just right, and he's flicking base hits to left, to center, hitting the ground balls, when he needs to, but he actually becomes a better like hitter, then you're talking about a superstar. Ariz is base to base, at best, he's a average runner. So then that pulls you back. This is a team that wins on athleticism, and then right now the power, obviously led by the great Junior Caminero, is being flexed, but it's also other players. If I'm not mistaken, I think 7 different guys hit home runs during that great homestand. By the way, what a great homestand to turn things around when it could have gone a little bit south. You end up winning 5 straight. That's they lead the MLB in most consecutive 5-game streaks, or 5-game streaks. They've had 5 of them now. They're in a 6-game streak. But how do they really do it? They still look to do that smart ball. Great job by Fortes. We're going to talk about Junior, of course.
Yeah.
Great job by Fortes. Great job, by, again, the talk about a wand hitter, Aranda. Where does he go again? Left center.
Right back up the middle.
Up the middle, left center. Yandy does it. If they get back into that frame of mind and then use the athleticism that they have with their other fast,
Fortes last night, bunting for a hit.
Yeah.
And then he infield in.
Yeah.
I'm
Slaps
just getting
the ball.
I'm just getting bad on the ball. And get it through the hole.
That's what's worked.
Don't have to do anything big. 2 runs.
Keep the strikeouts down.
2-run homer.
Keep the the hard contact up. Steal some bases. They've come out of the cellar in the home run, realm, but they're still bottom 5. But they're not a team that's going to be hitting 3-run homers back like in the day of most recently the Yankees, but also back in the 80s and stuff with the Milwaukee Brewers or the Baltimore Orioles. This is a team that's made up to play more like the Milwaukee Brewers than those old school Orioles or the old school Brewers. Now, I will say, great job last night by Griffin Jacks. Finally got into the 6th. Should have gotten into the 6th the last game, but he had a couple of errors.
Yep.
So I applaud him. 75 pitches, I believe 50 strikes. He was dealing. Everything was working. He's got such an arsenal that if he really gets that confidence building with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, a 2-seamer that moves, a sweeper that's has great depth, and a changeup, it's for him. It's that confidence builder because he does when he gets in pinches. He tends to go out over the zone.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you go out over the zone? Junior Caminero. I mean, that's what's happening to Junior right now. If you want to touch on that topic, man, listen, he is such a talented hitter that is not a superstar yet, but has the makings to be a potential super uber star, right? And what will make him into that obviously is consistency of doing this for 4 or 5 years, and you're a true superstar. Superstars aren't made in 1 or 2 years, but you're looking at somebody that has the physical attributes that you can't almost teach.
Hands.
I think of if you want to go into other sports, you look at in guys that are 25 and under, you look at Wembayama, you give him a one-on-one or you give him a step, it's over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Junior,
you give him a pitch out over the plate and you give him more zone pitches than out of the zone, it's over.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson, you give him a step and
put him out in the flat one-on-one with a linebacker.
It's over.
Servassier,
like what, almost 1,500 yards last year. He's only 23, 24 years old. Those type of talents you can't really teach. They're just, dare I say, God-given. So the issue that when we were going into the lineup scenario, my favorite guy to hit behind him, other than Aranda and Yandy, would be, the Blade Runner. You know what I mean?
The Blade Runner.
Yeah. I mean,
it went back-to-back last night.
And you know why it makes sense for him? Number one, he's got pop. Okay. He doesn't have a plethora of home runs. I think that was his 6th. But he's got scary swing type thing.
Yeah.
The pitcher looks over there. And also, his on-base percentage is over 325, nearing 330, somewhere on there. So he knows the zone, right? When you look at a guy like DeLuca, he's under 300. He's a little more of a free swinger. So he knows the zone. Makes it more difficult for a pitcher after you get through Caminero if you end up pitching around him and walking him. And he's hitting 325, 330 with runners in scoring position. My number one stat in all of baseball for a hitter, right? Number one. Challenge me, Petermans, to tell me what stat.
WRC plus.
No. It's what's this game about?
BIP minus.
Yeah, Bubip. What's this game about? Scoring runs.
Yeah.
Well, when do you score runs? When there's a man more, proficiently. When there's a man on second, anything can happen. A little blooper, a base hit, a guy on second, even for that matter, an error. But that doesn't raise your risk.
The big hit, the timely hit, changes baseball.
Baseball. So clutch hits change baseball. So second and third. First base, believe it or not, that's a more complicated place to drive in a run because you got to really drive a gapper or hit it out, right?
Yeah.
So logic stands that second and third, if your hitter is, over 275, you've got a talented hitter up there. And if he's in the 330s, phenomenal. If he's in the 460s,
That's otherworldly.
that's Yandy Diaz.
Yeah.
Who's hitting 460 with runners in scoring position.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is the crazy thing about Junior Caminero is there's so much room for growth.
There's so much room for
with
growth.
protection behind him.
That's
and
what I'm
hitting
saying.
and runners in scoring
That's why
position.
I compare him to these like uber stars in these other two sports. That what can Bijan Robinson do with the right offensive line and everything's on
good
point. Good quarterback.
Yeah.
So then it's offsets that they're not
more
keying,
weapons. Yeah.
They're not keying on the running. So that's protection in that sport.
Right.
What do you do with Wembayama? Have another strong power forward that really can be a true power forward.
Or guys that can shoot outside that open up the middle.
And they did it for most of the season. They just failed, towards the end. But it's protection. Because one guy in any team sport, this isn't golf or tennis, or swimming. In a team sport, you have to have some other guys around you. So Junior's on the precipice of being a superstar. I still believe he's better suited in the number 2 hole, and then protect him with Aranda and Yandy behind. And then, I still wholeheartedly believe that for his age right now. What'll happen when he has thousands of at-bats, you just leave him alone in the 4 hole. He's an eventual 3 or 4 guy, unless the logic presents that you do what teams like they do with Judge, that it's made sense to keep him in the number 2 hole. But, Yandy's in a league of his own. Junior's in a league of his own as far as hand-eye coordination and just sheer bat speed. And he said it in Spanish and in English, but I listened to some Spanish interviews last night, and he says that he spread out a little more, and he just knows that they're pitching around him, and he was chasing. So number one, great recognition that he went through a lull where for 3 or 4 weeks that he was just chasing, right? And that's what I've been talking about, that if you got to start taking the walks, or you got to put a monster behind him or semi-monster behind him. So he decided, listen, I'm going to spread out a little bit, recognize the pitches better, and then I cannot miss anything that happens to come into the zone. And there's been pitches that have come into the zone in the last few weeks, and he's just at another level with his hand-eye and bat speed and torque. Number 1.
What a player.
Yeah,
what
a potential player. I'm so excited for him. So excited for the organization to have this talent.
Yeah.
Okay. I love Yandy. You know that. I love Aranda, right? But we're talking about a true game changer potentially for a decade.
Yeah.
When was the last time a team can just say that?
I talked about this. Ryan Bass put out something this morning that I didn't know. He said, between innings, Junior's like arranging to get kids baseballs like all the time, and you're reaching out to them and making sure they get the baseball and then waving at them, making a connection with the fans in between innings. He's doing stuff like that.
He has a great mixture of a young veteran feel.
Yeah.
Even though he's flamboyant and he does a lot of crazy stuff, but it's not, for me, it's not
in your face.
It's not in your face, stupid Jazz Chisholm stuff.
Right.
Right.
Excellent point.
It's not.
It's not.
It's just a little bit of, we used to call when we were younger stuff, hot dog stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of hot dog. Okay. But there's a fine line, well separated between hot dog and just arrogant. Behavior.
Exuberance for the game.
But he also has that. He has exuberance for the game, that young feel. Kids flock to him. You haven't had a player like that in a long time. Even the guys that they're comparing him to, from yesteryear, including, he just hit his 20th home run in Harper, who was, again, up in the big leagues at 2021.
Yeah, but he was always a dick.
Exactly. not a dick. Just I want to say he's a dick because I've met him and he's an affable guy. Just a kind of bit of a sourpuss as a player.
Intense
sourpussy,
yeah.
just like with the beard and
Yeah.
Junior comes across like engaging, approachable.
Even on his off days, he's going out to little leagues
Yeah.
and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like of all people, he should be, hey man, I need an off day. I'm going to sit on the couch and nope. He's out at the little leagues.
Tell me
stuff.
a player in the last
Crazy.
30, 40 years that comes to mind that has the combination of that exuberance, that childlike yet man potential, that also crosses barriers. He's learning English.
I'm telling you exactly who it is.
Who?
It's Junior.
It's Junior, but I'm saying in any sport in the last umpteen years, I'm gonna tell you who comes to mind. And Timmy, tell me who comes to mind in football, in basketball, the three main, right? The three mains where you see people's faces. And
don't diss my hockey.
Yeah, hockey's different. They're all robots. They're all robots in hockey. Come on, are you kidding me? They're robots. No, but I'm kidding. It would be Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steph Curry, one that you see. Now, it became a superstar, had great hand-eye coordination, could shoot the lights out, so talented. But I love watching him play because there's an effervescence about him. So Junior has that
the playfulness about
that playfulness.
Yeah.
That's
the
something.
Joy of the game.
Listen, that's something that crosses barriers.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that big and the fact that he is Latino.
Yeah, but learning English.
Yeah.
Because I think
doing
that's
a great job.
That's
doing
huge.
Yeah.
Be honest with you, because a lot of the Mannies and stuff, it took them a long time, to finally be able to do interviews. They definitely were not doing it at 22, 21, 23. Big Papi wasn't either.
This guy totally gets it.
He's getting it.
He gets it.
He's getting it, and he's getting it. And you're talking about a generational type player. Then you go back. Then you start seeping into Derek Jeter realm. Can this guy be, 15 years with an organization? That leads me, watch this segue.
Ooh.
To the governor of Florida.
Oh, wow.
Because
wait, Junior Caminero is going to be the governor of Florida?
He may end up being the governor of Florida. I'm joking. That leads me to Ron DeSantis and his comments from yesterday. Because again, when you're talking about a generational player, where's that generational player going to play?
In a brand new gorgeous, spanking, state-of-the-art stadium right on Dale Mabry.
In Tampa?
Yeah, damn right.
You're 99.99999%?
I am.
Okay. I'm going to join the Petermans and the JP Peterson band.
Have you ever known anybody to shop for a contractor before buying the house?
To shop for
or before knowing that they got the deal done?
Right.
Rays are already shopping for a contractor. Have you ever known a deal to fall through when somebody puts a $50 million down payment on
something? That was a big down payment.
Yeah.
That was a chunky down payment. Hey, kudos to our beloved friend, Dr. Ken Atwater and Susie Hawley, his right-hand person, for
most markets,
for getting that initial tranche.
After a 20-year wait for something like this to happen, and something as extraordinary as a $50 million budget being passed. And by the way, did the governor sign that in Tallahassee?
No.
Where did he sign it?
Yeah, right there at the campus. Like he said, he could have signed that easily in Tallahassee.
Anywhere.
And made a press thing. He came down here.
But what happened? But in this market,
right,
when the governor comes down and gives you $50 million as kind of the down payment on the whole project that is predicated on Hillsborough College movement, the state gives you $50 million and he signs it on the campus.
Mm-hmm.
In most markets, after a 20-year wait for a ballpark, people would be going, hallelujah, it's getting done.
Yeah.
In this market, our lead columnist writes a story about the other cities that are going to get the raise.
$50 million.
That's what happens. There's stories in your own paper about a $50 million and the raise, already pulling permits and hiring a contractor. But in this market, we do a column based on the other cities that are how much they're going, the great things they're doing to get the raise, which, by the way, the same columnist has written how many columns on how bad a deal this is and it's never going to happen. But evidently there are other cities that would love to have the raise.
So I pose
how does that square?
I pose this question to you and to Timmy. What does the presence along with a $50 million commitment, guarantee of the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, mean? Is it I'm here to tell you that this is going to get done, and here's why it should. We shouldn't lose them to anywhere else, and this is the right place. And he spoke on the history of Tampa Bay, or is it more of a you better get it done, and I'm a bit concerned, and don't drop the ball on this, or is it somewhere in between?
I mean, if you're asking me, it's this, it's proof positive it's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
There's no question in his mind.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't see the governor, if he had any question that it wasn't going to happen, would he come down here and be so visible and speak to it?
That's a great point.
I mean, also it does serve the other fact of meeting with whoever needs to be met with here locally, face to face, saying, what do I need to get your vote? Not in a nefarious way, by the way.
No. And
it's like
more of a,
what do I need to give Tampa Bay that's going to make you happy and vote for this? That's going to make you happy with this deal. That's what all these negotiations have been about behind the scenes, and that are going well and going to get the thing done. What
was also kind of clutch too that he did, I don't know if it was slyly or just openly saying the facts. He goes, and you got a pretty good team over here.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good team going on. Like noticing that this team is on the precipice of winning their 50th game.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this team, just again, they are the Rays of our lives. This is a soap opera.
Yeah.
This might be, and I've been saying Rays of our lives for umpteen years, right? But this may be the epitome of the Rays of our lives soap opera season. Because when you look at the protagonist and the antagonist, let's be honest, it's the Rays are the protagonist, the antagonist is the Yankees, right? And they both have gone through these like dun 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 ebbs and flows. And you look at just the month of June, if you close your eyes and you think, well, the Yankees had a better month of June than the Rays did, right?
Not now.
Not now.
Well, no, it flipped. There was a plot twist.
There was a plot twist.
Will Aaron Judge ever come back?
Yes, will Aaron Judge come back?
Will Cam Schlittler take a Schlittler?
Yeah, dun dun dun.
He has taken a Schlittler.
He did last night.
Yeah.
When he gave up
hot steamy one right
there.
there.
Early on, he gave up 6 runs.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so it's interesting. The Rays went through a June where twice, not once, but twice, they went 1-5.
Yeah,
within June, 1-5 series, and then they came back and ended up winning the last 6 games of the month. Killing out the month and an 8-2 record. The Yanks lose 6 their last 6 games of the month. Oh, by the way, the Yanks finished 12-14 in June. The Rays finished 13-13.
Yeah, but the Yankees are still plus 91 in differential, and the Rays are only plus 30.
Well,
but we got a 2.5 game lead.
Let's be candid. The Yankees overall have better pitching than the Rays do. The Yankees have better pitching. The Rays might have better clutch, timely, as I say before, athletic hitters. So when they're on point with their smart ball, then they're a more dynamic team offensively than even the league leading home run hitters that are the Yankees.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a continual the second half. We're 1 game into the second half, and I just think that it's quite the quite the soap opera to watch how this thing develops and how July, because June was, talk about it being a seesaw for both teams. Incredible.
Here they are. They ended up now 2.5 games up in the East, best record in the American League, plus 16.
Yeah.
And won 7 of their last 10 games, and they have the most exciting player in the game in Junior Caminero.
They have.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good resume.
Right now, they do. I mean, Junior just announced that he's going to be in the home run hitting contest. No complaint there. He did it last year. Didn't hurt his swing the second half.
Nope,
it
not at all.
I'm going to be candid. It has hurt other players in the past, quite aggressively when you go in there, you're going crazy trying to hit jacks. But he looks good, spread out a little more. And again, hunting zone pitches and staying away from swinging outside the zone.
This tweak that he's made, opening up his stance.
Yeah.
It looks dramatic to me. They say it's only 5 degrees, but it looks dramatic. And his face now is facing the pitcher.
Yeah.
How do you think that has helped him swing?
Well, number one, I'm a big proponent in full face onto the pitcher.
Yeah.
I think hitters get in problems. And again, because of the nature of games, and you forget, you can get in habits where not only are you not putting both eyes on the pitcher, but you can also tilt and you can get comfortable where you're swinging like this. This is not good because now your eyesight at just minimal degrees. Remember, the ball's coming a particular way.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're a little bit off, fastball's no problem. But everything that's moving, you're kind of off. So I always, and I did many demos talking about it, appreciated Evan Longoria's. He would set up, and as he was going to go in the setup, he'd literally go like this, and he'd lift his head, and he was set up. So he
on plane,
yeah. And then like drop his chin. So, and he would drop his left leg back.
Yeah.
Remember how Longo started?
Yeah.
He would drop his left leg back because he wanted both eyes on the ball. By the way, and I've said this before on the show, remember, hitting right-handed is not normal for a right-handed person. Hitting right-handed is abnormal for a right-handed person. Right-handed people should hit left-handed.
Your dominant arm in front, right?
Exactly. And what else is dominant, Timmy?
Your right leg.
Your eyes.
Yeah.
In your eyes.
So if you're right-handed, your dominant hand is this one.
Right.
If you're right-handed, your dominant eye is this one. So why would I want to be leading with my left eye and not giving the full, track? Because remember, baseball is about tracking.
It's picking up the spin too.
It's picking up the spin and tracking. And you do it so many times that it becomes
instinctual.
It's instinctual. But that's why almost notoriously, if you look, right-handed throwers, outfielders, infielders that hit left-handed notoriously are really good hitters. Very few right-handed thrower and left-handed hitters have been bad hitters.
That's true. Yeah,
if you think about them, almost all of them. Why? Because the bottom hand is what throws the bat and dictates the knob. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. That's your power. That's everything that's coming, because it's really not from biceps. It's from the muscles in your wrist and forearms. And boom. So that's not your strongest arm as a right-handed hitter.
So you need to have your RJ44 out as a prop. So you're showing us this as you're holding it.
Yeah, you love my. Oh man, I appreciate
the
it.
Camera that's not lagging.
Yeah, I know you want to hold my RJ44 one day.
Oh yeah.
Damn, really? We got to go there.
Boom!
The same show that we called
Jane
Jetson a swinging freak. Yeah, he went a harder AJ44. We're gonna have to do this. Is not suitable for children.
Right behind you.
The black. It's a big black RJ44.
I mean, we're not. It's actually right over your left shoulder.
And I hope Ashley's
that
not
big brown Cuban.
Big brown Cuban.
Hey, before you go, this has been a mini Big O show, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a full one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Scheduling.
I got to run today, so I apologize.
But all good.
We
want to welcome in a new sponsor.
We do, man. We do. It's
Tell
going to be exciting.
Tell me about our new sponsor.
She's going to be on our zeitgeist here on your show and on my show, and I'm really excited. Amy Descola from Lily Lux Rescreen is Tampa Bay and Sarasota's luxury enclosure export. They handle it all, full restorations. If you're a storm, worn cages can be brought back to new life, and you know that we're getting close to the hurricane season, and you just don't want those gnats and those pesky things around you. So they bring it back to new life, complete rescreens, fresh non-toxic HD screen, clean lines, no sag, repairs. She came by here in the studio. What a business lady she is.
She's awesome.
And you could tell
Former teacher that's gotten into the screen enclosure
15
business.
years in education system and went from teaching to now teaching us how to better have rescreens. And one of the things that sets them apart, again, like most of the businesses, if not all of them that are on the FanStream Sports Tampa Bay family of sponsors, is their service.
The customer service.
They got concierge style service from the first call to the final walkthrough. Premium HD screen and finish built to survive the Florida weathers and heat, etc. A team that treats you like home is your own. No half jobs, done right the first time. Woman owned and operated. Let's appreciate that. Hands-on ownership, not an absentee franchise. The markets obviously is Tampa Bay, all around us here, West Chapel, Lutz, Lakeland, Land O'Lakes, Carrollwood, South Tampa, even Sarasota and Bradenton. So give them a call at 813-447-0431, 813-447-0431, or just go onto their website. Really, really good website. Obviously at the Lily Lux, that's Lily, Lux, Lux, rescreen.com. Ask for Amy and tell her that Big O sent you and or JP. You're gonna love her. She is
good people.
She's good people.
Yeah, she was in here last week.
Yeah,
and we're chatting about her company, and it's really cool. They're called Lily Lux, as you said. They rescreen that cage that you have that's looking old. They come in, they redo the whole thing, or if it's broken, they repair it for you. They do
redo a whole enclosure if need be.
Yeah. So look them up, LilyLuxRescreen.com. We'll put it up on the
we'll put it up on that
social media. If you're in the market for that, give them a call and tell them you heard it on the Big O Show. All right, and also Texas Roadhouse, of course, we love them as well.
Always.
Wesley Chapel, the best comfort food for a comfortable price. I was in there a couple of weeks ago. Boy, what an operation they run. Fabulous food, very comfortable,
service,
great
fantastic.
value, great service. Texas Roadhouse, Wesley Chapel, and our great friends at the Murphy Auto Group. All right, partner.
Sugar Shane, Rays. Sugar
Shane back on the mound today.
Keep it going. Start July hot, just like the month of July. This pesky little Kansas City team, they wouldn't go away yesterday, and they finally shut them down. But Carter Jensen, that kid,
he can play.
That kid can play.
Witt Jr. not so bad either.
Yeah.
All right, we will be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity in a full Big O show tomorrow. We will see you then. Have a great day, everybody. Go Rays. Go USA. See you, Riveters.
6 o'clock, 8 o'clock.